George Washington, the man who built a nation. Long before the United States became one of the world's greatest nations, a boy was born on February 22, 1732, in the quiet countryside of Westmoreland County, Virginia. His name was George Washington. No one could have imagined that this humble child would one day become the leader who changed the course of history forever. Growing up on a Virginia plantation, young George learned the values of discipline, honesty, courage, and hard work. After the death of his father, life became more difficult, but these challenges only strengthened his character. As a teenager, he developed a passion for mathematics, map-making, and surveying. Traveling through the rugged American wilderness taught him leadership, endurance, and confidence at an early age. At just 21 years old, Washington joined the Virginia militia. During the French and Indian War, he faced some of the toughest battles of his life. Although he experienced both victory and defeat, his remarkable bravery earned the respect of soldiers and officers alike. Stories spread about how bullets pierced his coat without taking his life, convincing many that destiny had greater plans for him. In 1759, George Washington married the wealthy widow Martha Custis and settled at his beloved Mount Vernon estate. He became a successful planter and respected gentleman, but growing tensions between the American colonies and Great Britain soon changed everything. When conflict finally erupted in 1775, the Continental Congress unanimously selected George Washington as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army. It was a daunting responsibility. His army was poorly equipped, lacked training, and faced the most powerful military force in the world. The early days of the Revolutionary War were filled with hardship. Washington suffered painful defeats around New York and was forced to retreat again and again. Yet he never surrendered hope. His determination inspired exhausted soldiers to continue fighting for the dream of independence. On Christmas night in 1776, Washington made one of the boldest decisions in military history. Leading his men across the icy Delaware River through freezing winds and floating ice, he launched a surprise attack on Trenton before dawn. The stunning victory revived the struggling revolution and proved that the Continental Army could defeat a stronger enemy. More victories followed at Princeton, while the harsh winter at Valley Forge tested every soldier's endurance. Hunger, disease, and freezing temperatures threatened to destroy the army. But under Washington's leadership, and with the expert training of Baron von Steuben, the Continental Army transformed into a disciplined and professional fighting force. As the war continued, France entered the conflict as America's ally. Their partnership became a turning point. In 1781, Washington and French General Rochambeau surrounded British forces at Yorktown. After weeks of relentless siege, British General Cornwallis surrendered. The American Revolution was won, and a new nation was born. What made George Washington truly extraordinary was what he did after victory. Instead of holding on to military power, he voluntarily resigned as commander-in-chief and returned to civilian life. In a world where many victorious generals became kings or dictators, Washington chose humility over ambition, setting a powerful example for future generations. When the United States adopted its new Constitution, the nation once again turned to Washington. In 1789, he was unanimously elected as the first president of the United States. Every decision he made established traditions that would shape the presidency for centuries. During his 2 terms, Washington worked tirelessly to unite a fragile nation. He created the first presidential cabinet, strengthened the federal government, promoted economic stability, and defended the rule of law. During the Whiskey Rebellion, he demonstrated that the new government had both the authority and the responsibility to uphold the Constitution while maintaining national unity. At the same time, Washington believed that America's future depended on avoiding unnecessary foreign conflicts. His policy of neutrality protected the young republic during a dangerous period of European wars and helped lay the foundation for long-term stability. In 1796, after serving 2 successful terms, Washington made another historic decision. He voluntarily stepped down from office, establishing the peaceful transfer of presidential power, a democratic tradition that continues to define the United States today. In his farewell address, he warned Americans against excessive political division, regional conflict, and permanent foreign alliances. His words remain remarkably relevant even centuries later. Washington retired once more to Mount Vernon, where he devoted himself to farming and family life. But in December 1799, after falling seriously